Working on triceps tendonitis today. We've had a rash of athletes come in complaining of medial or lateral triceps tendon insertional pain. And we have Tony here today. He's going to be our demo. And we're going to work on just some soft tissue mobilization. I've actually got, the ached away scraper here, which is, a great little tool just because it gives a little vibration and actually gives us a little heat into the tissue. Get some goop on there, in this case, just some cocoa butter, whatever can kind of just keep the skin kind of nice and moisturized as you move through, not too much. And I like this tool. I mean, I've been using it here a little bit. They sent me one, so I felt obligated to, give it a good try, and I have, and so far so good. It saves the hands nicely and nice little beveled edge on there. The key here with some of this is that we're working through kind of the lateral tricep in this case without any motion of the tricep. So we're just kind of working through the tissues. I'm really pushing towards the origin of the muscle on that lateral aspect of the insertion. Remember, that tricep kind of bifurcates, that tendon bifurcates and grabs a hold of the ulna on both sides. So sometimes you can get some insertional tricep pain that appears like or replicates UCL type of pain, but obviously it's not going to hurt to valgus testing, and it's going to be more provocative with, a flexed elbow position and resisted, eccentric elbow flexion. In this case, and we can always go the opposite too, but in this case, just getting that tissue to kind of slide and glide a little bit better works well. Now the vibration, I don't know whether it really has any sort of clinical benefit, but I do appreciate the heat. I think the heat does tend to relax some people, especially as you get closer to kind of the bony origins and insertions of muscles as you kind of come through this tissue. And you'll feel when the tissue is a little bit gritty as you come into it, but I love the tool just because I can use one hand and get into it if I want, and it feels comfortable. I'm not straining my fingers, so I do appreciate that. But that really doesn't matter what tool you have, as long as you can deliver an effective soft tissue mobilization, as you move through the range of motion, but also as you move into the tissue. And we like to kind of get a stretching type of mobilization with the tool by flexing the elbow as we move into the motion. So we're gliding the muscle distally by flexing, so it's pulling the muscle towards the insertion, as we glide the muscle proximally towards the origin. I should say glide the superficial tissues and the subcutaneous tissues proximally. And we can do a shortening style where we compress the tissue together as well if somebody's very painful or early on in therapy, but I like to do kind of a lengthening procedure, and I feel like it allows me to kind of strum over the tendon just a little bit more, and I can even work higher up into the tricep as well. But we've done videos in the past on triceps tendonitis. Most important thing is that you're loading that tricep properly, both during the throw and with your exercise. And if either of one of those is off, your throw is going to be off. So I'm actually going to pause this larger tool, move to a smaller tool, and kind of hit those bifurcated tendons that kind of circle on either side of the olecranon really quickly, especially on this lateral side where we've been getting a lot of lateral-sided anconeus type of tendinopathy and tendonitis. Now that we've hit the large geographical area that's the tricep, Tony likes to think his triceps here, but it's here. But anyway, now that we've hit that, we can start to work into some of the more intricate tissues. I'm almost doing this like I'm writing, but I'm pushing down as I move distally, and then I'm alleviating my pressure, taking up the pressure as I move proximally, and I'm using the more focal edge of the tool as I come through. And then the same thing on the medial side. Now the thing on the medial side, as you do this, it's hard to go distal, and I'm very careful that I don't strum across the ulnar nerve right there. So I'm towards the olecranon, not going across that ulnar nerve as it comes through that cubital tunnel there. And I'm just coming onto where that tendon grabs a hold of that ulna bone. And just working through the tissue. We spent a few minutes doing this, and then it's back to exercise, and then eventually back into biomechanics training. So if you found this video interesting, Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Check out the other videos we've done on triceps tendinopathy and tendinitis, isometrics and exercises, as well as throwing in the past. And then we'll see you guys in the next video.